Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. It's Mentor Monday on July 21st, 2025. This is Jay Michael in Tyler, Texas, along with my good friend Dodie Deets up in Canada. We're just talking how we've got vastly different temperatures from Texas to Canada. But it's going to be a great Mentor Monday today. We've got a great topic. This is actually, if you want to, in the social media this is part 3 of a 3-part series that Dodie has done. You can go back to our YouTube channel. We'll put that in the links if you don't know. And by the way, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll know when we get all the new videos uploaded to it. But you can go watch part 1 and part 2 if you missed those. And then Dodie's going to continue today with part 3. The end of today, we'll have a couple announcements. But right now, I'm just going to turn this over to Dodie. Good to see you, Dodie.
Good to see you too, Jay Michael. Thank you. Who ever thought that social media could be a 3-part series?
Yeah.
Or even 4, right?
Yes.
So everything I'm going to share with you in part 1, part 2, and part 3 now can be applied to any one of the social media platforms. So we're talking TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. There's so many out there, I can't even remember them all. But you can apply all of these practices in any of the platforms. So what I really want you to think about is we're going to the coffee shop again today. And we love to be back in our coffee shop because that's where we socialize, we make friends, we keep building relationships because we know people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So we want to earn their trust on social media and we want to build our relationships on social media. So I'm going to give you some core guidelines to making friends on social media and doing it a smart way. So I'm going to actually try to, I don't know if this is going to work now. Did we do this before where I went back and logged into the share screen? Okay, 1 second here. There's a bug tapping at my window. He must want in to bite me. Okay. So we're on social media now. So let's see if I can do it this way. Oh, we're live on Dave's page, so it's not going to work. So I'm just going to walk you through how to look for people. So when you're looking for people, one of my favorite ways to find friends, because I think the greatest way to grow your friendship basis is to try to connect with 5 to 10 new people every day. So if you're working your Facebook part-time, aim for 5 a day. If you're working your business or your Facebook connections, aim for 10 a day. But let's all start at 5 because this is going out of your comfort zone for most people. So the first thing I use, because where do I look for friends? I use my birthdays. So if I'm sending birthdays out to people I know, I'm going to jump into their friend list if it's not locked, and I'm going to see who we have in common. So, when you don't know someone, it'll tell you that you have 43 friends, mutual friends. So I take those 43 friends and I go through the list and I see, oh, Casey. I know Casey and this individual knows Casey. So I'm going to send the individual a private message. Hi, I just would love to send you a friend request. I see that you know Casey Madden as well as I do. Casey and I have been on a detox journey for quite some time. So right away, I don't look spammy in the private messages. I do send the request off to them at the same time. Okay, so use your birthdays to look for friends. Another thing you want to do is also check out their personal page. Do they resonate with you? If you're going in there and they're like, for me, I want someone who's positive thinking. I want someone who cares about their health. I want someone who is a good person overall. So I don't want to go to someone who maybe has conflicting interests to me. So I'm not going to request that individual. But if I feel they resonate with me, I will send them a request and I'll use the connection like Casey. And I may even make a comment. I noticed in your post that you drink juices every day. So I'm building a relationship, right? So think about it. When you walked up to someone at a party, in Casey's standing with that individual, I can introduce myself. Casey will go, "Oh, yeah, this is my friend Dodie." So what we're doing is we're just taking that environment and we're putting it into social media. Okay, so mutual friends are always a great way to find friends. Look for a minimum of 5 mutual connections before requesting friends. That gives you a lot of people to work with. You can always use different things. If I use Jillian, I would say, "Oh, Jillian and I worked at Avon Canada together. I remember our first conference together." So there's ways to build a relationship and build your, what do you want, reputation with that individual. Okay. So another great place to look is hometowns. Of course, I live in my hometown, but a lot of people have moved from their hometown. So you can go back to the Facebook page of that hometown and find friends there that you might have known in your childhood that may have went to the same high school as you. There's so many connections. So use your hometown. Um, Another place to find people is going to Facebook groups with the likes and interests that you have. So for me, that would be women over 50. One of my groups is women over 50 with short hairstyles. So that's a group I can go into and build relationships in there. And it could be sending that individual a, "You know what? I loved your post. I loved your hairstyle. I also love your fashion sense. I just thought we should be friends." So it's really dialing it back. Think about when you were 4 years old and you were at the playground. You just walked up to that person, that little kid, as a little kid, and had a conversation and started playing. And it's that's what you need to do. Just take the time to make the connection. And you can do this on Instagram, TikTok. "Hi, I'd love to follow you. Your posts interest me because they're about health and wellness." Or point out a post that really caught your attention. "You know, I was just sitting down with my husband the other day talking about gut health, and I seen you had a post about gut health. I loved reading it. The information was great. I hope you don't mind if I follow you and you follow me." So there's ways to make connections. Use it. And if you can engage in their posts and comment in the bottom part, it helps build a genuine relationship. Another place is events and lives. That's another great place to make friends because you're in there and you're commenting, right? You can, say hi to the individuals, or maybe someone makes a comment that resonates with you. You can respond to their comment in the chats and comments. And that's how to build a friendship. So they're on the live. Here's an example. I did the detox diaries last week. There was a lady on there asking lots of questions. Um, we had a nice little conversation. She was putting the questions in the chat. I was asking them with Dr. Ronnie. Afterwards, I went in and requested her friendship and said, "Thank you for being a part of the live. We quite enjoyed your engagement." So there's so many opportunities to build friendships. Take advantage of it. This is how you're going to build your business. Hashtags on Instagram are a great way. If you have your favorite hashtag, might be detox for life or healthy lifestyles, put the hashtag in. It'll populate people that use that hashtag. There's where you can start building friendships. TikTok, you can search your niches. TikTok's a big, vast world that I sometimes get dragged into. I thought I was only going to do a few minutes, but I end up being there for an hour. For me, it's recipes and different things, different techniques. Last night I read about or didn't read about. I love it because it's all short videos. And in our world, our memory and our attention span's about this much long. Hey. So I went in there and I learned how to unclench my jaw through my hips. So there's so many different things. So when I do this exercise, now I can go back to that individual, go, hey, I tried your hip movement and I did notice my jaw loosening up. So now I'm building a friendship that way. So engage, and secondly, like and comment on their posts. Now, I want to give you a little bit of tidbit information about being in the Facebook or the social media coffee shop. Before you start any of your personal posts, spend 10 minutes get massaging the algorithm in your favor. So do the stuff I assigned you in part 1, where you go across the stories, do your 10 minutes there, do your 10 minutes in the news feed. What you're doing is you're waking up that algorithm and it's going, hey, she wants to be in a conversation. Do your birthdays, get all of that stuff taken care of, and then do your personal posts, because the algorithm's like, okay, let's give her post a big push and more people will see it. So that's one thing to keep in mind, because I know sometimes we sit down with the prerogative to just get our post done and leave. We want to take the time to make sure it's working in our favor. So keep that in the back of your mind while you're doing it. Another thing you can do when you're sending the friend requests or the birthday requests is do a personal note, like actually put it into speaker, and you can sing them happy birthday if you have a great voice, or even if you don't. It's totally up to you. And then you can also just even wish them a happy birthday with the voice. It really builds a human connection when you hear someone else's voice. Or even, hi, J. Michael, this is Dodie. I see we have lots of friends together in the For Life family. I just sent you a friend request. I hope we can be friends. That's it. Then he hears a person as opposed to thinking it's a spammy. So now I'm going to give you another tip. Notifications. Now, those are those wonderful little things. I'm going to try to go back here to Facebook. Because we're live streaming on Dave's, I'm going to show you Dave's, but I will show you where it's located on here. All this stuff around here going on. See this little bell? Can everybody see my screen? Okay. This little bell tells Dave that he's got notifications. So what Dave should be doing is working those notifications, and that's going to help build conversations. So he wants to just go through these and open them. So here's the notification. He's got a couple here. He can respond to them. He's gave them some likes and love. Take the time to do that. And it's interesting how many people don't take the time, or they just give the simple loves. It's great to go back to your post, but to engage in the people that are commenting, it's just going to take it that much further. And the algorithm's going to go, yes, she is conversating. We always want that algorithm in our favor, right? So when you're on Instagram, I don't know how well this is going to show up, but I will show you on Instagram. Oops. On Instagram, it's in the top corner of the page. There's little hearts. So that's where you'll get some follow requests or follow back. Whoops. And then there's the little bubble with the, what is it, a lightning bolt through it? Yes. There is 10 messages in there for me to view. So I need to go back and respond to all 10 messages. So this again helps your algorithm on Instagram. Now, my recommendation is you can be on all of them, but master one of them, right? Because you don't have 5 hours to put into social media every day. Know where your people are and work that. And through my years of experience of being on social media and owning my own business, if I wanted to build a business in a town with a university or a college, I need to be on Instagram. The city I live in is all about Facebook. I get more of an impact here with Facebook. So just watch your algorithms, watch your friends, see what's more engaging, and pick the platform that suits you better. In saying that, I am going to jump over to TikTok.
If you're brand new to sourdough, please watch this
We're going to
video.
pause Miss Sourdough because that's another one of my little things. Don't judge me. There's 99 messages in my inbox and there's 15 friend requests. This is not my jam yet. I prefer Facebook over this. This to me can take you globally, where it's a little bit harder to dial down to your hometown on this. Not saying that it can't be done, because I have found people in my city on TikTok, but there's an opportunity for someone to do a little bit more research. And of course, the LinkedIn world, same thing there. You get your notifications down here. It's a little bell. And then you also have my network, which means friends. So those are two places that you can go into. LinkedIn can be done the same way, wishing happy work anniversaries, wishing happy birthdays on there, congratulating on promotions and new jobs. So there's so many different platforms. Don't get overwhelmed. Pick one right now to focus on. Once you built your comfort and you can do it fast, because I want to tell you something, the more you do something, the quicker you'll get at it, the more it becomes permanent, right? Then you can add another platform in, but really pick one right now to hone in on, where you can build your friendships, where you can build your relationships, and you can find new friends. That's my advice to you on that. So now let's go back to TikTok, or back to notifications. I showed you where they're all located. This is your secret weapon to get the algorithms working in your favor. So I'm not telling everybody about the secret weapon, so please don't tell anybody else about it. So just go back 24 hours. I took a break from social media over the weekend, and I obviously needed it. So that was very nice, but I'm going to have a lot of notifications, but I'm not going to fall down the notification hole. I'm only going to do the last 24 hours, and I'm going to respond to those. And then I'll go back and work my Friday post, or whatever day post I had finished on. And I'll put a new post up, but that'll be the last thing I do on my personal page before I jump over to another task at hand. So complimenting and liking a post once it has been posted in the first couple hours is crucial, because it helps the algorithm. So if you see some comments coming into your post, you're more than welcome to go in there and start liking and commenting, because it's going to help build the algorithm behind you on that. And remember to keep a healthy balance. If you're doing 5 days a week, you do 2 business posts with 3 personal posts. If you're doing 3 days a week, it's only 1 business post to 2 personal posts. And we also have story notifications. That's another one I didn't go through. Let me see if I can squeeze into sharing where that is on Dave's, because stories only stay active for 24 hours. Oh my goodness, here we go. Let's see if I can do this here. We're live streaming onto his page, so it's always interesting. Just a minute. I think if I do it this way. How come when I want to do it on something, I can never find it as quickly as I want? Do you know what? I'm going to put that in a post for you to find. Sorry that I couldn't find it as quickly. I can find it on my phone probably quicker than that. But I will post how to find it in your stories. There's another group of people that need to be thank you for liking my story. And what caught your eye about my story? Oh, in Messenger. Yes, they do come through Messenger too, your story notifications. But you can actually go back to your history of stories and respond to if you missed a couple of days, which is great too if you put a business post up or but don't always just do business posts. I like to massage my people. If it's someone I've commented in the last 2 days to, I sometimes don't go, thank you for liking my post again. I pick a couple other people that I haven't had any engagements with for a while, and then that helps build that too. And again, you can still leave that as a voicemail instead of typing out thank you for liking my post. You can go, I want to thank you for liking my post about my oysters Rockefeller I had this weekend. Have you ever tried them? And I can use it as a voice as opposed to texting it all. It's something unique. It'll give you engagement and it's still helping your algorithm. So, is there any questions so far in the chat? Have you been watching, J. Michael? I
Yeah,
haven't really.
there's no questions. There's a couple comments, but then I
Okay.
how people who's
Algorithm.
Sorry, Casey.
I have a question about the algorithm. How do you know what the algorithm does? Like how do you, what does it determine? Like the likes and posts and stuff like that?
So algorithm determines how your post is, how much visibility is on your post. Does that make sense? So if you pick someone who's not very active on social media, and I'll give you some examples. I was sitting at the lake and I was just scrolling Facebook, and my friend had put up a picture of her and a friend. There was only 2 likes and it had been up for 5 days. So when I went into her Facebook profile, she is so sporadic on posting that the algorithm didn't even really acknowledge her. Do you know what I mean? Whereas for me, when I post something, it populates as much as it can because I'm always on there chatting and socializing, right? So it was like, here's an example. It's like I'm always at the coffee shop. I'm always that girl at the door with my coffee, greeting everybody, socializing. And then here comes somebody who's never been in the coffee shop. She just pops in, gets her coffee, says hi a couple places, and walks out. She didn't get the post because she didn't stop and make conversation as she was going through. So probably for her, she's not engaging on anyone else's post and she's not consistently on Facebook to keep the algorithm in her favor. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So take advantage of, if you have to go, here's an hour, set your timer on your phone for 10 minutes and do your stories. Then change it for 10 minutes to do your news feeds. And then pause it, do all of your birthdays. And then you can find your common friends, work your notifications, and then do your post before you leave. Right? Another thing I like to do is sometimes I'll see somebody out at the grocery store and I haven't seen them on Facebook for a while. So I'm going to go home and private message them. It was lovely running into you today at the grocery store. I haven't seen you forever. We should get together, right? So now Facebook's going to probably populate what I'm posting into her feed. So take advantage of all of the different things you can do with Facebook Messenger. There's a whole world of things like I had a couple of friends whose dads passed away. I used it to send condolences to them because I don't have their personal numbers. We're friends, but we're not friends. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't have their cell number, but we're acquaintances and we chat like we're long lost friends. So I use it to my advantage, right? So it's a way of building relationships. What else? Don't ignore your notifications. So and take advantage of it. Like you don't have to sit down for 1 hour solidly. Like in the morning when you're having your coffee, work it for 20 minutes. In the evening before you make supper, work it for 20 minutes. You don't have to have a solid hour set aside. It's a matter, this thing is with us everywhere we go, or at least with me it is. I don't recommend texting while you're walking because you could be on TikTok for those people that walk into ponds and different things, but take a few minutes and use it to your advantage. So I do we have any more questions? Rita can relate. She's seen those posts.
Krista had a question. About groups. What about groups where you could help individuals? How do you handle that?
Okay, so again, you're going into a group. I am an observer in the group. I don't like putting a lot of posts out there until I get the vibe of the group. Now, if I'm speaking from my personal opinion on something, and say somebody goes, I'm stuck with weight loss, then I could post something. I have found over the past few years, I've had success with Dr. Ronnie's 21 days or 21 pounds in 21-day program. It is an online program. I can post that. Now I need to go back to that group and comment to the comments. And I also need to take the likes, and everybody knows what I'm talking about, the likes and loves, and go in and individually send them each a message. At that time, I can request their friendship. This is going to give them the opportunity to look at my personal page and decide if they want to accept my friendship. And to be honest with you, at one time I was doing 30 friends a day personally. I think I only ever had one person go, no, I don't want to be your friend. I'm too private. And it wasn't me, it was them. No, I'm too private. And I'm like, oh, that's totally fine. Your sister's a wonderful person and it was great to meet you. Hope to see you out in public. There's nothing I can do. That's her choice. And yeah, it didn't hurt my feelings. I just move on. There's somebody else who wants my friendship.
Dodie, I'm talking about the groups that are with people that are stricken with health issues, cancer groups and things like that. And I would be so happy to introduce them to products, but I don't quite know yet, how to start there.
Okay, so Christina, for you, I think if you want to post in that group, you need to come in soft, I would say, and just say, you can use some examples maybe, or you can build on the aspect of, have you walked in their shoes? That's my question first.
No.
Okay. So
these are cancer people mostly.
Yeah. No, I wanted to know because some people who have been down maybe the road of breast cancer or some type of cancer can say, I totally, can connect with them there. Alice, I'm going to pull on you for a moment here. Or Cora, I see she's on here.
Yes, I'm finding my little buttons.
That's okay. If she wants to go, hi, beautiful. If she wanted to go in and make a post in a group for something like cancer, but she has never had cancer, I feel she should approach it in a place from the heart.
Correct. Instead of just directing it to the cancer, maybe the emotional part of what she's going through with the cancer, or maybe the person needs like a support group and she has resources for that. But if you haven't gone through it, sometimes people who are going through it don't feel very comfortable, right, to be approached directly from the cancer standpoint. So use always kindness. You can never lose with kindness. You can never lose by just sending something like even unless they ask for it. If it is a tricky one, always do it in private. Always do it in private. When you're in groups or someone is in a group, don't do it in the group if you haven't even been familiar with the person, because you don't know how they may react. So it's better to go private and say, hi, I saw you on this group and I have something amazing I can share with you. Do I have permission? Start with
Okay.
that if it's because you want to share something, or just be their friend.
Yeah, I normally go private to them anyway because I didn't want to upset anybody else. So that's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes in general, in groups, you can just share something, not directed to anyone, but if a person in that group is attracted to it, feels like, oh, I could use that, then they might reach out to you personally. So
Mhm.
always do it like in general, so no one really feels, uncomfortable or anything
Excited.
like that.
Sure, I
I
understand.
hope that
Thank you.
helps.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
Ella said exactly what I was saying. In saying that, Christina, there's no reason that you can't put an uplifting post in that group and just say, this resonated with me. I'm hoping it brightens your day.
Right.
Right?
Thank you.
Just very simple.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's a good one. So, in saying that, if you're looking at the groups, find groups that you can speak like as a trainer and as a coach. I always want to be able to say I've walked in your footsteps to help build a relationship quicker, right? So I won't ask you to do something I've never done. So I think that is a good way to learn too. I know we have some great products that can help some people, but bear in mind, if you don't have a relationship built, you don't want to offend them or hurt them in any way, shape, or form. I know in the sense of speaking about cancer, I have reached out to people I know within my community, but I did it on a private message to say, I have something I would love to share with you, but if you let me know when you're ready to receive it.
Good. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So, any other questions out there? Anna, I want to know how your meeting with Dave went. I seen the photo. Can you unmute yourself, or are you in a busy
Yes.
place?
Yes, hello everyone, and thank you, Dodie, for all your tips. I'm taking notes, and some parts I haven't been able to listen to because I'm working at the moment. I'm going to see the recording in Facebook. That's really
Good.
good that you put it live also. And yes, it was amazing to see Dave Dotry and Gabriela Dotry here in Bogota, Colombia. It was a pleasure, a privilege to be able to have lunch with them and share their knowledge with us. And yeah, and then I was in the event, and that was really, really good also. Obviously, he always tell us like the same thing, but as I said many times, we have to repeat and repeat and repeat until we get it into our mind and in our deep knowledge, so we can become like him. And yeah, he says always, this is something simple, but it's not easy, and that we have to put a seed every single day. And with what you are teaching, Dodie, or all your tips, is a really nice way of doing it. And yeah, it was amazing. It was a pity that he just was here for just few days, but I enjoyed all the Saturday with him and Gabby. And yeah, it's really, really amazing to be contagious by his energy and his all his experience. So we
Oh,
should
that's
be really
awesome.
proud of being in his team or being able to work close to him, to learn from him. Is we need to and give him back, like doing our stuff, because if we grow, obviously he will be happy because he will see that what he's giving to us, his time and all his knowledge, we are really using it for our benefits. So yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I think even what Dave talks about on it's about friendships, it's about relationships, and I'm just showing you another way to do it as a bonus to the face to face. And I agree with Dave. There is nothing better than face to face, but there's a whole world out there that we can take advantage of and build friendships. So when I come or travel anywhere, I do actually reach out to some of my Facebook friends and say, "Hey, I'm going to be in the area. Would you like to meet up?" Because it is kind of cool to finally see someone you haven't actually met in person, but you've corresponded over text or voicemail and finally meet them in person.
Yes, that's true. That's totally true. I'm totally agree that we should build online because it opens a lot of possibilities and it's easier because you are not like really a call contact because the person can go and see your profile and see who are you, and you also can go and see their profile and see if you really want to connect with that person. And it's really true. But something that I was seeing this weekend, I've seen, I mean, before this weekend, I saw Dave twice, one in the convention in Atlanta, and I never heard of him before. And that day, or that convention, I saw him in his speech, and it was really good. And then I took a picture with him, and obviously he didn't know who I was. I just told him, "You are so tall," and he answered, "You are so small." And that was it. And I was really happy of meeting him in that way. And then in the next convention I went to, that was in Utah in 2018, I saw him again and I took a picture, but he really didn't know who I was. This time it was better because he knew me, I knew him, I'm learning from him, and it was really more, I mean, exciting and emotional, and it was really better. So
Aw,
good.
awesome. It is. And when we come to our Zoom meetings, because this is our live, I feel we can build relationships a lot quicker too, being face to face. Like, I don't think I'd have a problem phoning Gloria up and say, "I'm going to be in town. Would you like to meet for a coffee?" I wouldn't even, and it would be like old friends meeting because we've been on calls and Zooms together for so long. Plus, I know a little bit about her from following her on Facebook. So it really is kind of like you get to build that relationship before you're even there, which makes a big difference. So watch out, Erica, Casey, Gloria, Anna. One day I may be in your neck of the woods. Oh, there's so much fun on Facebook. But so Dave, so J. Michael, that's all I have today. I
Okay.
kind of kept it a little light because I know I've come at you guys hard and fast for the first two. I still want to do a core value exercise with you. I just have to find a date. So stay tuned.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dodie, so much. You're a wealth of information on social media. We can all learn about social media, and don't get overwhelmed with it, folks. I think one of the best things Dodie said for me was pick one channel, one either, and just focus on that, or two. You can pick two. Actually, with Instagram and Facebook, you can do them simultaneously now.
Right.
Post on one, or post on the other, and then you can go back and comment on both. But I think that's so important. Just social media is how we reach out and build community, and that's so important. I think that community and culture of this team and all our guests that come and join us on this Mentor Monday and all our other weekly meetings, the culture and the community, to me, is as important, if not more than important, than the opportunity and the company. In some ways, we love For Life. We know what it does. We know it's real. But the community is what I cherish. Like Anna said, when she went to Atlanta, I was going to go to Atlanta. What year was that? Was that 2016, I think, Anna? But I can't remember what happened. I didn't get to go, but I did go to 2018 in Salt Lake. I don't think I remember seeing you, but going to and getting involved with this group, with this community of friends. That's what we've become, friends. We've become business partners. We help each other. We dedicate ourselves to the success of all of us on this team or in this community. So I think it's just important to stress the community and the friendships that they can join. Many people join us for that. And whether even some of our customers who don't even want to be affiliates, they just want to use our products. They love being part of the community. And so thanks again, Dodie. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's see Dodie, you have anything? What's going on tonight? Is there a detox on Monday?
Tonight is Detox Diaries. We have a group that would be in about day 10 to 21. Some of them started on the 11th, so they'd be over the 14-day. Should they be over the 14-day? No, they'll be over the 7-day. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah.
So they still have a couple weeks left. Tonight we're going to talk about the muscle. We had a question about muscle loss doing the detox. So Dr. Ronnie will dive into that a little bit more. And then tomorrow night is Good Health.
Good Health.
With Sonia, and I will let Sonia talk about that. And then we still have our big giveaway for the detox kit. So if you know anybody in US or Canada that would be interested, it can be shipped anywhere in US and Canada. If they're anywhere else in the world, they can enter the contest. It'll be shipped to somewhere in the US, and then they just have to pay the shipping to the destination that they want to have it sent to. The deadline, I believe the draw date is August the 11th, Casey. So it is a wonderful kit. If you have someone who has been sitting on the fence, I'd send them the link and get them going. The more the merrier, for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
So, and we all know how wonderful the 4 Life projects are, so I don't have to tell you that, but yeah, definitely get the link out to them. I can post it in a chat. Actually, I could probably post it in this chat if I can find it quickly.
By the way, Dodie, I think tonight, Dr. Ronnie was a big help for me when I did the 21-day detox. Was it almost a year ago? Not quite a year ago. On that subject of, I did not need to or even want to lose a lot of weight, and I found myself by day 7-10 losing muscle mass. So she was really helpful on my body fat percent was pretty low anyway, but I wanted to detox more than lose weight. So she was super helpful in explaining, and particularly for a senior. I'm 74 years old and I can't afford to lose muscle mass.
No,
it's seniors, most of my peer group seniors, we work on building muscle mass. But I would encourage you, Dr. Ronnie will help everyone in this detox with whatever issues you might have. Sonia, I don't know if you can unmute, but if you can you quickly talk about what's happening tomorrow night on Tuesday night?
Good morning, everyone. You know what? I was just looking at the calendar because I've been so busy with obviously that job that I have, and I don't have the topic for yesterday right at the tip.
I have it for you, my friend.
Oh, you're awesome. But
it
you
is
guys
about
gotta know that there's always special surprises every Tuesday. So you never know who's going to show up, give you an awesome testimony. You want to know more about your products that you're promoting. You want to know how they've worked in other people. Sometimes, Dodie, you were mentioning about, can I actually talk to somebody about a condition if I really haven't had it? You know what? People love it when you share something, but you got to ask them permission to share it, obviously. But if you come from the heart, they can feel it. They can sense it. You're authentic. You shouldn't feel scared to ask, hey, you know what? I've had a friend. You can borrow my story. You can borrow Dodie's story. You can borrow all of our stories and say, hey, I have a friend that has experienced tremendous rejuvenation, focus. Give them the words that they're looking for, not so much the product knowledge, because that's not going to get you anywhere. But just that little key advice for the folks that come in and watch us during the lives during Good Health Stories and Solutions. You're going to find many stories there. But
and there's lots of testimonials too that they can use to their advantage too, once the relationship starts building, right?
Correct. And what better way to start a relationship by asking first, right? And the person might say, you know what, I'm already trying something. And you can tell them, you know what, it doesn't hurt to know more. Let me send you something that can give you extra information. And then just follow up with them in a couple weeks and see how they're doing. You know, that's the key, Dodie, is the follow up. Because
Yeah.
when you took the time to go back, that means more than the initial. Most people hit the initial and that's it, and then they stop. So,
Yeah, you're
what's my-
very true, Sonia.
did you find my topic for tomorrow?
Yes, I did. It's trauma lives in the body, breaking the cycle
Oh,
of
that
stress
is
and
Cora for
sickness.
us tomorrow, I think, huh, Cora? You might be with us. Trauma lives in the body. Yeah, it attaches to every single organ. Have you ever guys gotten your heart broke? Like literally, you know, that first love, that puppy love, whatever it was, or maybe it was a real love. Like I've been through a divorce. I know what it felt like when my heart was broken, and you feel it really in your heart. It really does hit right there. Something's hit right in your gut. Something's hit right in your heart. Like believe it or not, everything's attached to something. And those energies, those emotions, if not dealt with, they stay stagnant there. And even though you might be putting a rug over them, which is, you know, it's a way of coping with it in a way, but it doesn't resolve the issue. Sometimes you got to find someone to talk to that you feel confident in. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about that. We're going to have some testimonies, obviously. Please do join me every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, whatever time it is in your part of the world. I'm in California. We really do welcome you to come out and join us.
And
during that
Dr.
time.
Ronnie's calls are always at 8 p.m. Eastern. So,
Right. Yeah. So, and you have to be there for the first half because she's only there 30 minutes to give us
That's
some of the
right.
nuggets of her knowledge. And you're talking about over 30 years of an experienced nurse practitioner, doctor now, in the holistic health arena, that has really, truly, I mean, talk about a person that is taking it to the world now, to everyone, because before she was only available to the elite. Now she's available to all of us, and she's giving it to us for free, not to them. So just be conscious that you are being blessed when you see Dr. Ronnie on the screen and getting the knowledge that she's experienced and the outcomes. So thank you. Mike, giving it back to you.
Thank you, Sonia. Good to see you.
now I did put the link, J. Michael, in the chat for everyone for the detox group.
Okay, great. And that
Okay.
and these Zoom meetings, guys, are on Dave's calendar. So you should be, if you haven't become a member, and it's totally free to become a member, you don't have to, it's your choice, uplinepro.com/calendar. You'll see the links to all the meetings with the Zoom link, and you just click on it and it'll take you into the room. You just have to calculate the time. Dave's calendar is like Sonia. He lives in San Diego, so all the times on Dave's calendar are Pacific time. So that you just got to use that, remember that, and then calculate where you are. I saw we were streaming live today onto his Facebook, and we've got people joining us on Facebook today from Bangladesh, the Philippines, all over. So it's fun streaming live into his group. He has so many people, friends, like Anna in his community all over the world. So it's nice to see these people joining us
I'm
on
gonna
Facebook.
just quickly show them the website while we're on here.
Okay, great idea.
And then you can talk them through.
Yeah, and the calendar is available by you don't have to become a member to see the calendar. It's up there. But there's the calendar, and it's in English. These are their English meetings. There's also a Spanish section and a Portuguese section. So you can see he has dozens and dozens of meetings like we have for all types of things: product training, online boarding new members, opportunity meetings. These are on his calendar. But there's a wealth of information also in the back office of his website that you do have to become a member of to get access to that. But it is free, totally free. And you're welcome to do that as well. So that's uplinepro.com. And I keep that saved it's up on my bookmark bar. I go in there a lot and get a lot of information. So also, Dave, like Anna said, she saw Dave and Gabby in Bogota, Colombia on Saturday night. And I saw a message yesterday from Gabby that she and Dave were on the plane flying out of Bogota going to Brazil. And you can see here over the next, what is this? How many meetings? six meetings, 6 days. He's going to be in different cities in Brazil doing meetings. And you can go to the bottom of this. If you know somebody in Brazil or have a prospect in Brazil, they can register for each of those meetings and then go attend those meetings. And you can even say they ask who invited you. So you are you can be sure that they'll be careful, that make sure that if you do send someone and somebody does choose to join our community, that it'll be under your ID number. But that's there. And then from there, he's going to Peru, and that's still pending. In August, he and Gabby will leave Brazil and go over to Peru for a couple of meetings. We don't have those links yet, or where he's going to be in Peru. But if you know anybody in Peru, I know, Dodie, you have some contacts in Peru that are interested in meeting Dave. So, but guys, all this is community. It's all about community, a global community. I love to see how we have just so many people from around the world. And I want to recommend you join us every Monday at this Mentor Monday. While Dave's gone and Gabby's gone, we'll have different speakers throughout the next couple of weeks until they get back to San Diego. I think next week, I'm actually doing a training next week, again on social media and on X. And I don't know how many of you are on X. And as Dodie said, I wouldn't, if you're working on Instagram and Facebook, focus on that. But if anybody, I'm going to teach on how I built X up on an international basis. It's very similar to TikTok in that it's a global access. And in doing COVID, when we were pretty much stuck at home, I kind of, intentionally and unintentionally, I got on X and started just talking to people and going to groups, going to spaces, going into meetings and asking if they could bring me up on stage to talk. And from 2021 to 2025, my followers on X went from around 7,000, and I just topped 28,000 in followers last week. And I'll show you how I did that. And so I have just unlimited 28,000 followers all over the globe.
Awesome.
That I can now reach, that I have, an unlimited supply of people to contact and see. Some have already contacted me in far out places that we can reach out that want to do the business. So, but anyway, I want to talk about X. It'll be very informative. If you have an interest in getting on X, you can find me on.
So X was Twitter.
Was
right?
Twitter, right? And
So
I've been on
just
X.
in case someone didn't know.
Yeah, X is old Twitter, and I've actually been on X. I was on Twitter. I joined Twitter in 2009. So I've been on there quite a few years, but I didn't do anything. I just kind of played around with it and read it, and But then I will say before it got bought and rebuilt, I was suspended twice on there.
Oh goodness!
During COVID for saying some things that were true but not allowed. So, but anyway,
Yeah.
That's pretty much gone now. It's a free speech platform. You still have to be ethical, and there are a lot of things on X that aren't true, and so you have to learn how to filter through all that. But that's coming up in the next couple of Mentor Mondays. We've got Jade coming back to train on us, another Canva training in August in corporate. So we've got some great Mentor Mondays coming up. But I appreciate all of you today joining us. And as we always do, good to see your faces and your comments and your involvement with us. And we'll see you next Monday, Mentor Monday.
See you on social media.
Yeah. Come by and say hi to all of us. Let's all go and say hello to each other on social media and move the algorithm. So God bless everyone.
Thank
See
you.
Monday.
Bye.
Thank you. God bless.
Have a great weekend. Great week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.